It's such a happy situation. If Bitcoin surges to this extent, altcoins will naturally follow, creating a market where everyone profits. My gut feeling might be off, but the important thing is how consistently I keep making money. As for Trump coin, its strategy remains unchanged. There's no need to ask. Today, I'll just take a brief moment to check things over. Although I've been somewhat confused, my main perspective hasn't changed. I've always considered this as the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th wave section, and honestly, I had my doubts even after it surpassed its new high. I even wondered if perhaps the Elliott Wave's 3-1 wave was starting. Even if that's not the main view, it would still be an extremely positive scenario. If Bitcoin surges to this extent, altcoins will naturally follow, leading to a market where everyone profits. And once the adjustment is over, it will likely rise again in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, potentially reaching nearly $200,000. That would be a truly fantastic scenario, and it would be great if it happened quickly. But as I've always said, I believe this wave has already concluded in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sequence, rather than following that perspective. I think there will be some adjustments, with the price touching this demand zone before rising again. So I believe that both time and price adjustments are necessary, and what it's based on is of course the Elliott Wave. If I had analyzed the charts more recently, I would have identified an entry point. My longtime viewers would know this. I call this pattern the McDonald's pattern because, much like the McDonald's logo, it falls, rebounds, falls again, rebounds, and then drops once more. You know, the McDonald's logo. I wonder if this kind of pattern is even called in the market. Could we call it the McDonald's pattern? I'm not sure, but I don't think there will be any theory in the textbook. This pattern continues to exhibit a McDonald's-like formation. So when the McDonald's pattern appears, there are rebounds, but not significant ones, and it keeps falling. And as I mentioned before, this is a strong support level, so what happens here is crucial. Every time, support has held here, and it has often been accompanied by strong rebounds, even when it was slightly breached. Therefore, the next time the price reaches this level is critical. If this support breaks, given that it has held for so long, even a rebound would likely be followed by a retest and further decline. Of course, I might broadcast again before this happens, but since it's important, I'm mentioning it one more time. Even if I don't broadcast for a week, please keep this in mind. Honestly, I don't have many trading points here. Thus, I didn't make much profit. Only marginal gains such as fee-level profits, a $30,000 gain, a $19,000 loss, a $36,000 gain, and a $33,000 gain. Overall, I haven't recorded any significant profit since the last broadcast. When the ABC rebound occurred in this area, it was a point where I had once encountered a supply zone and a sharp drop. Therefore, if the ABC pattern completes around this line, I was considering a short position. I was watching the chart, and in hindsight, the reason I didn't enter was precisely because of this critical area. In the end, I kept checking the 15-minute candles until the very end. At that time, I observed that this was the A, B, and C wave. A and B had occurred, and now a subwave of the C wave is rising. This is the C of C section. However, even when zoomed in, there is hardly any discernible wave pattern to count. Had I been able to clearly count the waves in this area, I would have taken a short position. Unfortunately, I couldn't. In the end, if I had taken a short position, I would have profited. However, I won't be able to enter at such levels in the future, because the final C wave count was inaccurate. Even now, there's no clear entry point visible. Also, I consider this to be the true top of the 5th wave. Even if there is a rebound, I believe it will eventually fall back to this level, so I plan to focus on short entry points during rebounds. If the left shoulder is formed, then it represents A, the subsequent ABC decline forms B, and when a rebound occurred, C emerged, resulting in a failed breakout. Also, there is a bit of a supply zone here. So, anticipating that after a rebound the price will fall again, I plan to take a short position once the ABC pattern is complete. As I mentioned just a minute ago, I will only enter a short position if a clear 5th wave is formed or if a distinct ABC pattern emerges such that the C of C wave can be counted. Otherwise, I won't enter a short position. And looking at the profit and loss ratio at this point, Now at this point, it should serve as the neckline for the first profit target, resulting in a risk-reward ratio of about 3.5 to 1. And if the price reaches the second profit target, the profit and loss ratio would be roughly about 10 to 1. So it seems like a decent position in terms of profit and loss. When I first bought Trump coin, it was priced at around $27. I mentioned last time to buy it in at least 7 to 10 installments, so I bought it once at that time, and I'll buy more after the broadcast. I plan to accumulate more gradually, and if Bitcoin falls into the 70,000 range, meme coins like Trump coin will likely plummet. They could indeed fall in an unbelievable manner. Then, at that point, it would be wise to concentrate on buying at even lower prices. I have already purchased $500,000 worth, and I plan to buy up to $5 million in total, divided into 10 transactions. As always, I'll let you know if there are any changes to my plan. If I haven't mentioned any changes, it means the plan is being executed as is. Whether it's stocks, coins, or real estate, when Trump coin had a brief rebound, people congratulated me by asking, "Did you take profits?" But I didn't at all. If my outlook doesn't change, I stick with the same approach. There's no need to ask.